Are you aware of the origin myth of the Dogon tribe?
No.
There's a tribe in, I believe it's a tribe in, I forget what part of Africa, but they believe that they came from Mars and that there was a
Okay.
civilization that left Mars, many, many eons ago. And it's a really weird theory because they know some things about Mars.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't come from Mars.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure too. But I mean, it's
Do
I
they have any
wonder.
spaceships? If they don't have any spaceships, then I'm like, I don't believe it.
Well,
If like you do have a spaceship, I'll believe it.
if you parked a spaceship, how many thousands of years? If you parked a metal spaceship, like if you left a Cybertruck in the desert,
Yeah.
how many thousands of years do you think it would be there for, before it's gone?
If it
Entirely?
got buried in dirt, you'd find it even like a million years from now.
A million.
Yeah.
Wow.
In order to take an already fascinating and mystical and hidden civilization and make it sound way better than it actually is, some people have taken their rituals and their reality and switched them in order to believe or say they came from another planet or anything like that. When in real life, the Dogon have a culture and religion that is quite similar to that of every other person in Africa prior to colonization, mainly fueled by animism and ancestral worship. There is a veneration of stars and even some legend stories about stars, as you can see in any culture in Africa, including the Zulus and all these other people. But why go to the point of trying to make them aliens? Why go to the point of trying to make them come from Mars or Sirius or whatever star system some people say? Because I've heard people mention different types of star systems over and over again.
Yeah, you know what
Well,
happens is people don't believe that ancient humans had any intellect at all, and they say, "Oh, they couldn't have built this. It must have been by aliens." But give our freaking species some credit for figuring stuff out.
okay. Well, that's what I want to ask you because the other day I was watching this thing about pyramids, and people truly believe that the technology to build pyramids wasn't of this earth because at the time the pyramids were being made.
So it was Europeans coming to Africa, seeing an amazing civilization that they could not imagine an African build, and they must then invoke some other cause that enabled them to build it. Excuse me, clever people come in all colors.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So just because you can't figure out how somebody built a pyramid doesn't mean the people who built the pyramid got help from aliens.
Are you aware of the origin myth of the Dogon tribe?
Now, here's the problem of this statement. I know I'm coming across as slightly arrogant. Oh my God, how can you know that the Dogon didn't come from space or wherever? How do you know exactly where they came from? Do you know the intricacies and the depths of their culture? How do you know? What makes you so confident that they couldn't have come from some other place? Why would a person sit there and claim that these guys did not at least themselves claim that they came from the stars? They must have said that. Why would some scholars just make that up? Well, like Joe said, are you aware of the myth of the Dogon tribe? Yes, I am. And the myth is that they came from the Telem, a people who built on top of mountains using both mud and termite mound like bricks. And these bricks have survived because a lot of them were under caves, so mounted caves. And because of this, we found several objects inside, both fabrics and other things that show the same culture as the Dogon, meaning that the Dogon were not making it up when they said that their people came from this place. They are the descendants of the Telem. Now, people are going to go, oh, so they just have a logical explanation? No, in some cases, what they're saying does have some fiction in it because they used to believe that the Dogon used to believe that the Telem could fly. Now that's obvious because they lived on top of mountains like a lot of Africans. And so the idea is the way they got up there wasn't by slow crawling, but instead they could fly and get up there. Oh, the Telem could fly? That means that the Dogon believed the Telem were aliens. No, they didn't. They believed they came from a specific river. Now, how does any of this get missed by the people who want to tell the story that the Dogons came from Sirius and have, you know, deep knowledge of the planets and everything? Well, it comes down to one thing. It comes down to, isn't it fascinating in how many views you can generate if you can make up anything you want? Which is why right now I'm about to make up a story. Starting now. Did you know that the Zulus actually come from Jupiter? How would we know this? Do we have any proof? Well, the first proof is that the name of Jupiter in Zulu is Dosa, at least in this dictionary, from the 1800s. How did the Zulus know about Jupiter? And how did they call it Dosa? Dosa means pull in Zulu. To pull, but we didn't know that Jupiter and all the other stars had gravity until very late. The Zulus definitely didn't have any evidence of this, so how could they have known? Clearly, they must have had some information. As we can see, the word donza, pull, draw, attract, draw, as by suction. Pull, draw, attract, as by suction. Does that not explain Jupiter as a planet compared to all the other planets? Remember, Jupiter is the planet that's used to slingshot other objects because of its heavy gravity. Now, some of you might say, hey, you showed us Dosa instead of Donza, which was the other one representing Jupiter. But I assure you that this word is exactly the same. For example, if we look at this dictionary of Zulu, we can see Donza spelt differently. That was merely pronunciation that was different. Pull in all its meanings, hence draw, drag, tug, allure, attract, as some enticement, draw as by suction through a pipe. And if we go down on the third one, the planet Jupiter, in Donza Kusa, the one that pulls. They also have tales of animals descending from different star signs like Taurus or the constellation Orion called Ondwenjana no Sing, small string of stars faintly visible on the right of the belt of Orion. And here's a dead giveaway. The word Zulu means heaven, and the people who are Zulu are known as the Amazulu, the people of heaven. Is that not as easy as it gets? See, there you go. We have proof that the people of the Zulus come from a place in heaven in which they knew about, and it's Jupiter because they knew the properties of Jupiter before really anybody else knew about it. And look at this obvious depiction made by an alien depicting the people of South Africa being born in space. What else can we say about this? By the way, let me cut this for a second. Can I just say this is an amazing painting, and I would love, as much as I'm pretending right now, I would love to watch a movie about how the people in South Africa came from space if it looks like this. As much as and I will say, as much as I'm joking, I find these things very entertaining. And I wish someone would take this and make a movie out of it.